spinning in my chair, working on a document for people who weren't there. Step to escalation, they keep filling out my inbox, cause the ELB keeps slicing out these ultra thin blocks. Another risk averted, got me feeling like a hero, while I interrupt the kernel, switch the annex bit to 0. Check the B-roll, I've been beating up the system, pimping. My autism winning, you will never catch me slipping. I've been training in the mountains, man, my breath control is bounded. I've been waiting for these concepts in my head to get more crowded, just so I can go from brain to banger. Park a plane up in a hangar, pull out in that slab and get to rolling on the swangers. Fix it, Felix, bitch, I break it, then I peel it, then I patch it. All my homies, man, they keep it just as ratchet. We will see, walk on the CPU, have a cake and eat it too. Spinning in your Herman Millers, wonder why we beating you. How the hell does this hacker stay admin on all of these computers that his malware's ran in? Yeah, I'm trying to live forever, try to let these normies know nobody do it better. Call him the Corsair captain, keyboard in his hands, leave you wondering what happened. Yeah, I'm trying to live forever, try to let these normies know nobody do it better. When the sun goes down is when I'm doing all that dirty. Hacking on a Gibson while I'm chilling with a pretty girly. When the LEDs are blinking, bring that system to the brink and push it harder. That's the hacker motto. Try to automate the tasks that you repeating to keep beating on this circuit. Need to understand assembly, but don't need to beat it perfect. Tips and tricks that leave my lips I double down on, and I don't borrow trouble, wanna be the one you count on. Rest in peace to KMS and Kilobit and Hatter. Yeah, we might have had our differences, but none of that'll matter, cause I'll see you up in hacker heaven. Spam guy got his holy reverend, anti-data. All my DGs live eternal, playing Wordle. I will honor all my fallen soldiers, be the model. With all the crypto in a wallet that the homie hodl. Finish a document, then put it out to publish, so all of my detractors get to feel me when I dump this, asking how the hell does this hacker stay admin on all of these computers that his malware's ran in? Yeah, I'm trying to live forever, try to let these normies know nobody do it better. Call him the Corsair captain, keyboard in his hands, leave you wondering what happened. Yeah, I'm trying to live forever, try to let these normies know nobody do it better.
What is up? 8 days in a row, Good to have all of you taking the time to hang out with me. My name is Tyler. Welcome to Hack Smarter Live. And I have given myself the 2025 streaming challenge. It's something I completely made up, and I'm pretty sure I'm the only person doing it, at least in the InfoSec space. But I have streamed every single day since the start of 2025. Today is day number 8. So super excited to have all of you hanging out with me. If you're wondering the music beforehand, that is Whitey Cracker. If you've never heard of him, he is a nerdcore hacker rapper dude. I just dropped a link to his SoundCloud if you want to check out some of his music. But cool dude. I think he was on the Red Team panel at DEF CON. I sent him an email. His email is rapper@gmail.com, and he hasn't got back to me. So I doubt any of you know him. But if you know him, tell him to email me back. I was like, bro, we should do a song together. And so I'm gonna make it happen. I don't know when, but somehow I'm gonna get a hold of him. Maybe through 0 Day. Maybe I can use him as my middleman. But it'd be fun to do a song with Whitey Cracker. But I just dropped a SoundCloud. You can check it out. The intro song. There's a few. The first one was Samurai, then Corsair, Captain, and then Brick by Brick were the 3 songs that I think we're playing. But all right. Let me check out chat. It looks like we have a bunch of people who haven't said anything in chat. A bunch of people lurking. Hey, if you are watching the stream, say hello in chat. Would love to hear from you, hear where you're joining from. Do want to let you know that right now I am live streaming on 3 different platforms. You can join on whichever platform works best for you. But I am live on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Twitch. On YouTube and LinkedIn, you can just find me under my name, Tyler Ramsbey. And over on Twitch, I stream under the name hack_smarter. So LinkedIn, YouTube, Tyler Ramsbey. Twitch is hack_smarter. Let me scroll. We got Bottleneck with the first chat of the day. We got Drewzilla. We got Golfer Garrett about to start dancing. We got Nox Loomis. We have Monte Sunday. We got Zero Cool, Grim Actual, Andrew. Scrolling. Zero Cool said kids early in bed. They are in bed early, so I know that is more difficult than a 0 day. But here I am. 0xD1C. What is up? We got Inebriated. We got Deadpool. We got one and only Neffles. Hey, Neffles, I just saw your post on LinkedIn, so congrats again on it's not an exam, but completing the Electra Saber range, the AWS Saber range. Awesome job. We got Jose. We got Steve. We got St. Steven. We got the Dark Cats. We got Lacroix Jenkins. We got Drewzilla. I apologize. Something Cypher. I cannot read the crazy text in your name saying yo, 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 but good to have you here. What is up, Chris? We got Albarin. Hello, I'm new. What we're going to do, I will let you know in just a second. LG Smoke, Cypher, Ness, SG. All right, and still a bunch of other people haven't said anything in chat, but that's okay. Good to have all of you hanging out. The plan for today is we're going to pick up where we left off yesterday. We were working through Roadhouse by Slayer Labs, and we're treating it like a legit internal pen test. So I use OpenVAS to scan all of the hosts, and we were just going through on low-hanging bugs. And at the end of the stream last night, we finally got a second machine that we at least have a foothold in. We were able to compromise it with RCE, and then we were able to find a settings.php file. We found the username and a password, and then we SSH into the machine. So we're going to pick up where we left off, but I will give you guys a quick recap of those other steps I just shared. I know I did it really quickly, but before I start recording for the standalone YouTube page, I will explain that. I actually need to get everything logged in. I just booted up my Kali, so I don't have anything set up yet. Let me do this. While I'm doing this, if you guys have any questions about pen testing, cybersecurity careers, feel free to ask them, or search, whatever you want. Feel free to ask them in the chat, and I will do my best to answer those as we get things kicked off here. But right now, I'm just going to get logged onto the VPN for Slayer Labs, which I actually have to pull up the username and password from Notion real quick. 1 second. On-prem. Curious in chat if anyone else has checked out Slayer Labs yet since I started talking about them. If you have, let me know your thoughts on the platform. All right, I'm on the VPN. Okay, check out chat. Slayer Labs is like Hack the Box, sort of. I'll show you guys Slayer Labs real quick for those of you who didn't see my first impressions video on it. And so this is Slayer Labs. The thing about Slayer Labs, that is different than other platforms is just how the ranges are set up. So you don't have standalone machines that you exploit, and you don't have flags that you capture. So right now we're working through Roadhouse. You can see it's like a network if you think about Try Hack Me Networks or ProLab on Hack the Box. But in this one network, we have 25 boxes, we have 2 domains and 3 subnets, and like I said, you're not trying to get flags. There's no flags that you capture. Instead, as you compromise a machine, you need to do post-exploitation, which means you need to look for credentials, hashes, and see how we can use that to pivot deeper into the network. So much more like a realistic internal network pen test and less like a CTF. But that causes you to change the way you approach it. So generally with a single machine, you run InMap and look for any open ports. Well, that's not doable with 25 machines, so I spun up OpenVAS. I use Nessus at work, but I wasn't going to buy a Nessus license just for a CTF, but I spun up OpenVAS. Not as good as Nessus, but honestly doing a pretty good job, and we just looked through OpenNAS results yesterday, but I still need to get all of that booted up so I can show you guys how I do all of that. Pizza got the Cali booted up in my black hoodie on, absolutely. What up, Naidus? I don't know how to say your elite name, but good to have you here. Good morning from Japan. That is amazing. What is up, Yoshi? I have it. Feels like how Imagine Hack the Box Pro Labs feels like. Yeah, so on Hack the Box Pro Labs, you're still capturing flags because I've done a few of the Pro Labs. So it is similar to the Pro Labs, though. Hey, Tar, how often do you use Rust programming languages? I remember you have contents on Rust. I don't use it very often. I know enough that I can kind of play around with it, but I am not great at Rust by any means. I'm not great at any programming, to be honest. I did not, but I think could be a good platform to do a demo pen test report to show a potential employer. Yeah, it would be really good for writing up a legit like pen test report on the network that you are diving into. But let me stop sharing my screen just for a moment while I get authenticated into Notion. And then I'll show you guys what we have done up to this point. All right, so here are my notes for Roadhouse. First, we set up OpenVAS, which I'm going to have to start this back up again because I'm pretty sure it's not going to be running. So let's first do that. There we go. We'll get OpenVAS booted up. We have the first machine that we compromised was Cobra. And here was the loot that we got from Cobra. We compromised it with Eternal Blue. We used Metasploit to dump the hashes. And so we have some hashes from the Cobra Windows machine. And you know what? We can add some more loot here from the machine we just compromised, which is Red Dawn. So I'll do that. And what we got from Red Dawn was a username and password. And I'll walk through this in just a second. Let me just grab my notes here. Or get my notes set up, rather. And then we'll walk through that. So we compromised Jed with this password. Okay, there we go. So we did that. I also ran an InMap vuln scan, but I haven't really looked at that. I just ran that to compare things to OpenVAS, but we haven't really looked at our InMap vuln scan. What is this? Come on, quit using all my CPU. So we looked for vulns with InMap as well. All right, let's see if OpenVAS is booted up, and it is. So let me go ahead and grab that link. We'll go over to, oh yeah, okay, close. And we are admin. And if you want to know what OpenVAS is, it's for vulnerability scanning, and it's free. It's open source, so I didn't pay any money for it. You can Google how to set it up. It's relatively easy. They have decent documentation. But there we go, and we have our scan right here. We'll pull up that report so we have it pulled up. You can see all the results we have from the scan, and what this is going to show us is by severity, all the different hosts that we're working with and some of the vulnerabilities they might have. We were looking for low-hanging bugs with RCEs. But let me go ahead and scroll up, make sure I'm not missing anything. Payment and Slayer Lab. I don't know what you mean, OP Kevin. I will say one shout out to Slayer Labs. They have given me free access. So I reached out to them to purchase VPN access, and like they heard that I was going to stream it, and they just gave me free access so I could stream it. So that's the power of YouTube. I have free access right now to Slayer Labs. So shout out to Slayer Labs for that. How often are you doing internals at work? Not super often. The most often assessment that I do is web apps and APIs, and that is probably followed by AWS and like cloud type stuff, and then network stuff after that. Hi, I got a question. Do you know some workaround for Wazoo not catching the patches applied in the vulnerable endpoint? I don't know why it does not update until I have no experience with Wazoo. What all pen testing scope we can have for a corporate business-based company? OP Kevin, I don't think I'm understanding your questions. What all pen testing scope we can have for a corporate business-based company? Like what service is being scoped? It all depends on the client. I'm not sure. Sorry if you explained it, but how were you able to communicate from a 10 network to the 172 network? Did you configure some sort of port forwarding and tunneling? No, this is how it's set up in Slayer Labs. I don't have any port forwarding or tunneling set up right now. I'm just on their VPN. We got Steve from India. Amazing. All right, cool. Well, let me go ahead. Oh, I said I was going to explain some of this to you guys. So we have a few machines that we've got access to. One is Cobra. We fully rooted that. Total Recall, I believe we have file read on. And Red Dawn is the one that we just got SSH access to. On Red Dawn, OpenVAS discovered that it was vulnerable to this Drupal get-in RCE. I had to fix the script a little bit, but we were able to get the Drupal get-in RCE to work, and we were able to run remote commands on the system. Then we enumerated just the backend system. You can see my path right here. And in settings.php, we found the creds for Jed and better than red. And from there, we were able to SSH as Jed onto the machine. And that's kind of where we left off the stream. I haven't done any post-exploitation. So I'm going to start recording for YouTube, and then we'll dive back in. And I know it feels a little bit weird because I'm already live streaming, but what I'm doing, even as I'm live streaming, I'm going through this blind, guys. So I have not prepped at all for this. I don't know what we're going to encounter. So you get to see my full thought process, my full methodology, the way I take notes, and hopefully we all learn something in the process. But the other part of it is I'm recording each one of these videos as we work through Roadhouse as standalone videos. My goal is to eventually have a large playlist on my YouTube channel where we compromise Roadhouse from beginning to end, treating it like an internal pen test. Deadpool said, I'm preparing for OSCP and want to do a couple of extra machines. What is your honest opinion on Slayer Labs? I've heard VulnLab has more OSCP-like machines than Slayer Labs. Slayer Labs will be way too much of an overkill for the OSCP, but VulnLab is also too much of an overkill for the OSCP. The best bang for your buck for the OSCP specifically, Deadpool, would be Proving Grounds Practice. Have you done that? Do you have a sub to that? They have Proving Grounds Play, which is free, but that's not what I'm talking about. Proving Grounds Practice is OffSec's like CTF platform, and they're machines created by OffSec staff, and there's some retired OSCP machines. So for me, those are the machines that were very, very close to what I encountered on the exam. No other platform came as close to Proving Grounds Practice, which I guess makes sense because that's created by OffSec. So I would not recommend Slayer Labs for OSCP prep, because I think it's significantly more difficult than the OSCP, and same with VulnLab. VulnLab is also significantly more difficult than anything you're going to encounter on the OSCP. Hopefully that's helpful. What is up, Eric Taylor? Team SC in the building. Good to have you here. All right, let me grab a drink and then we'll start recording. All right, here we go. Hey, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video in our series working through Roadhouse by Slayer Labs. Now, if you haven't heard of Slayer Labs, you can go watch my previous video about them. But what Slayer Labs is, it is a platform online that has multiple cyber ranges or large networks, so you can learn pen testing. Now, what makes Slayer Labs different than other platforms is the size of the network. So right now, we're working through Roadhouse, which has 25 endpoints, Windows and Unix, and we are treating it like an internal pen test. So on Slayer Labs, your goal is not to capture flags, right? When you do a traditional CTF, you compromise a machine, you get like a user flag and then a root flag. Well, that's not the case with Slayer Labs. Instead, we need to treat it like an actual pen test. So as we compromise a machine, we need to do post-exploitation. We need to hunt for credentials, hunt for hashes, see if we can crack them, and then use that information to go deeper into the network. Now, if you missed the previous video, what we did is we set up OpenVAS to do a full professional vulnerability scan on all of the hosts, and then we spent a lot of the last stream kind kind of going through our OpenVAS results and looking for low-hanging bugs for RCE. As we were doing that, we found a host that was vulnerable to Drupal get-in RCE, and we were able to use that to eventually read settings.php, grab database credentials, abuse password reuse, and get SSH access to the machine and have an initial foothold into this machine. So we're going to pick up right where we left off and begin with some post-exploitation. So let's go ahead and dive in. Here's where we left off in the previous stream. I'm literally going to run this same command, and we're going to hopefully drop into an SSH shell on this machine. So we'll do that same command. Jed's password, we have that up here. Better dead than red. And we will drop it there. And now we have access to his machine. We checked out bash history, but there really wasn't much interesting in bash history besides diving around in different spots. I'm pretty sure we can't read Etsy shadow. Yep, we could read Etsy password, but nothing real interesting there. We know we have Jed and Frank. So far, we've only compromised the Jed user, but hey, give me some time. We'll eventually get the Frank user. And we really haven't done much outside of that. We could, real quick, we'll speed this up and we'll use LinPEAS. What LinPEAS does is it's an automatic enumerator for Linux, and because it doesn't seem that there's any EDR, anything stopping us from running it, let's go ahead and kick off a LinPEAS scan and see what kind of results we have. I'll open up a new terminal here. I'm just going to call this my web server, and I think I actually have one set up. If I go to cd home web server, there's LinPEAS. I'm going to open this up on HTTP server 80,000, I guess. And you know what I'm thinking? Oh, shoot. I didn't share my screen, did I? Gosh dang it. Rookie mistake. It's been a while since I've done that here. Let me restart. This is, guys, doing this 8 days in a row. I apparently am forgetting the basic things of streaming, but thank you for calling me out. We're going to redo that intro, and I will share my screen this time. Let me give this another shot. Showtime. Hey, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video in our series through Roadhouse by Slayer Labs. Now, if you've never heard of Slayer Labs is a platform online that has multiple cyber ranges. And what's different between Slayer Labs and other platforms is how realistic it is and the number of endpoints within each cyber range. So we are working through Roadhouse, and Roadhouse has 25 machines separated from Windows and Unix. And what's different about Slayer Labs, I won't go too deep into it, I have other videos, but with Slayer Labs, you're not capturing flags, you're capturing information. So as we fully compromise a machine, we need to do post-exploitation, look for credentials, hashes, and all of those good things. Now, unlike my previous iteration of trying to record this, let me go ahead and share my screen, and I'll show you a quick recap of where we were at. One of the machines we found with OpenVAS, which I have pulled up right here, you can watch the previous video in this series and see how we use OpenVAS to do a vulnerability scan, but we found Drupal get-in, and with that, we were able to get RCE, or remote code execution, on one of the hosts. With RCE, we were able to read settings.php, which provided us credentials for a user named Jed and their password better than red. From there, we were able to get SSH access, and that's kind of where we dropped off in the previous video. So let's go ahead and pick up where we left off and begin doing some post-exploitation. Oh yeah, thanks, Eric. I didn't mean to share yet, but now I mean to share. In the intro, I wasn't sharing on purpose, but let me go ahead and log in as the Jed user. We will grab Jed's password from our previous notes, jump back over here, and now we have access. Now, some very quick enumeration we can do is with LinPEAS, because when I do ID, I don't know what this crazy group is right there. Sudo-L, we don't have the sudo command on the machine, so there's a lot of things missing on this machine. I don't know if we're in like a restricted VM or what's going on, but we'll see if we can run LinPEAS. Now, if you've never heard of LinPEAS, it's a Linux script that can do automatic enumeration of a machine. It does not do automatic exploit, so this is allowed on the OSCP, but it does do automatic enumeration to save us some of the time. So let's go to the temp directory. I have a web server right here, and I have LinPEAS there. And I think we might not even be able to do it this way because I believe there's a firewall restriction set up that doesn't allow my machine to directly hit this machine via outbound traffic. But we'll see. We'll see if we can at least download something. So if we do which wget, we have no wget. How about which curl? And we do have curl. So let's go ahead and grab curl. And we can do curl HTTP 172.20.0.5 8000 linpeas.sh linpeas.sh. And I think it worked. And yep, it was able to grab LinPEAS. If we LSLA, we have LinPEAS right there. Let's go to make LinPEAS executable. And we will go ahead and run it and see what we are able to find with LinPEAS. Checking out chat. What is up, Katie? Good to have you here. Kevin, I'm still confused what you're talking about. Luke said, love watching these for the past few nights. Love from UK. Hey, awesome. Good to have you here. What up, LA? All right, let me very quickly, we'll scroll to the top of our LinPEAS results and just see what information is coming in. All right, so we have a vulnerable version of Linux, which I wonder if this is going to be vulnerable to things like PwnKit. We can go ahead and check that out. We also have a path. We might be able to do some path hijacking if we can find a cron job that's running. But let's begin with this Linux version right here and see what information we're able to get on that. And I cannot type. All right. Oh, dirty cow. So here's this, blah, 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 blah. And we need to compile it, I'm sure. What vuln even is this? Real talk. Okay, what's this one? Oh, these are instructions to fix dirty cow. So it might be vulnerable to dirty cow. We can probably find a binary for that. Let's see what else we have. You're in a roll, I know. 8 days. Oh, gosh, OP Kevin. Yeah, good to have you here in the morning for you. LA said, just started in cybersecurity, not understanding much, but very happy to be here. Hey, welcome to the party, my friend. I'll try to explain things. What we are doing right now is we just compromised a machine with initial access, and we need to focus on privilege escalation or getting root access so we can go deeper into the machine. I ran an enumeration script, and it looks like there's a vulnerable version of the Linux kernel on this machine, so we might be able to compromise this. I don't know what this website even is. Local root exploit precompiled. I don't even know if this will still load. Okay, I'm not going to download this weird thing from them because that seems like very fishy. Let me check out, well, let's check out this one. And we can read about it before we fire it off, because if we're treating like a legit internal pen test, we don't want to just fire off scripts we know nothing about. That's a great way to take down the client's machine and get yelled at. So we'll see if we can read a little more about that. That doesn't feel like loading. Let me just look up the CVE itself and see what this is actually doing. We'll check out a few of these. Oh, it's in real talk. Do we need real talk installed? Okay, the perf whatever function in kernel events core in the Linux kernel before 3.8.9, which ours qualifies for that, uses an incorrect integer data type, which allows local users to gain privileges via crafted perf event open system call. That sounds good to me. Additional information. Is there any chance of it taking down the system is always my question if I'm doing this on an actual pen test. We could also search for this to see if it is a Metasploit at all. Then we know we have a trusted resource. Just change this name tab to Metasploit. Starting up the Metasploit Framework Council. Come on, work. All right. All right, we do not have it in Metasploit. That's fine. Check out a few of these GitHub links, see if we have a good exploit that we can work with. Okay. You need to build the C file, blah, blah. O2 is required due to how the exploit actually works. See the blog post for more information. Oh, cool. So they wrote a whole blog post about it. Oh, that's the one I was trying to load before. But, okay, we'll skip that one. We have that one. I'm not sure which one's going to work better or if it's actually going to work. There's one in Metasploit, is there, for this? I don't know if there is one in Metasploit. You build the C file of your choice, blah, blah. So we can go ahead and give this a shot. What's the difference between these two? Maybe the rewritten one? And this is such an old exploit. I don't know if it's actually going to compile or anything for us, but we'll give it a shot. We'll try it on our machine. Nano. And then we need to compile it, which is just GCC, but we need to use the O2 flag, it sounds like. Is that the exploit? What happens if I run it? Yeah, permission to died. All right, so we need to grab a.out. Let me open up that web server again, and we'll put that on the machine and just YOLO it and see what happens. We can also, let's look through the rest of these results though to see what else we can find, because if that doesn't work, we might want to dive into some other things. Dirty cow is going to be another option, I think. We'll see if there's anything else on the machine that I missed just when I was digging around the file system. Whoa. I don't know what is going on here. I don't know what that craziness is. What? You guys see that? Oh, it's still trying to do LinPEAS. LinPEAS like broke there or something. We'll just ignore that. I think we have to use curl 172.20.0.5 8000. I already forgot what the file was called. A.out. Okay, so that's not going to work because it does not have the correct library there for it to run. I'd have to try to modify it elsewhere, but let's go ahead and try Dirty Cow because I saw that it might be vulnerable to that too. We'll close out some of these other windows. I just don't like multiple windows open. And let's grab Dirty Cow and see if we were able to do that. The current payload is almost the same as the Sea Watcher, blah, blah. All right, we can go ahead and give it a shot. Could it be this one? Don't run final payload from container process. Well, let's look at some other POCs here. No, I've used Dirty Cow before, maybe once. I haven't used it a lot by any means. Read only write. Well, let's give this a shot. I don't know if this is going to work either, just looking it over. We'll just transfer that over to the machine. I have a feeling we're going to run into the same issue because this machine just seems weird. Like the things we have access to and the things we don't have access to is odd. Okay. That may not work either for us. Let me see real quick. I don't know why LinPEAS failed. Let me try that one more time. And we can also look at a few things. I'm going to write these down so I don't forget them. And here's one. Compile with static. Okay, let me try that. Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. Oh, we can remove the old Dirty Cow. All right, now we have, this is where it freaks out. You see this blank space and then we have all these numbers up here? That's weird. I don't know what's causing it to do that. But okay, before I even look at this, let me try this again. Remove Dirty Cow, curl 172.20.0.5. I do have a stable shell Yeah, I do have a stable shell, J Pablo. I have a full SSH shell on here. It's just a weird machine with what it has access to. Maybe I should host the web server, eh? Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and give this a shot. If we do... We're going to run dirty cow, and we'll do temp hello.txt, and new content is I am root. The last person to touch hello text, oh, it's I am root right there. But it's still doing it by Jed. Can we actually write as the root user with dirty cow? Let's try something. Oh, run LinPEAS and cat into a file. That's a good idea. Let's keep playing around with dirty cow, though. If we run dirty cow, dirty cow 2, can we write to like etc test? Did I break something? This is odd behavior. Can't we get a reverse shell with dirty cow? I'm almost certain you can. And you know what? Let's try our other exploit that we found too with the static flag. Let me try that. I don't know which one that was. All right, it's that one. Let me remove a.out. And we'll do exploit 1. And let's do also with the static flag. And now let's open up our Python web server. Hey, what's up? Kimberly can fix it. Good to have you here. All right, we got that running. Now we'll curl HTTP 172.20.0.5 8000 exploit 2, I think is what I called it. Exploit 2. Wait, what? I used the wrong URL. Tyler, you freaking noob. Oh, I compiled as exploit 1. Gosh, I am dumb. All right. I suck, obviously, at naming stuff because I'm not consistent with my naming, but let's give this a shot. It froze. Let's see what happens. Yes, it is day 8. We have made it to day 8, Kimberly. Oh no. That exploit killed the machine, y'all. My window's totally frozen. Well. That sucks, doesn't it? Let's see if we killed the machine fully, or if I just somehow killed my terminal by trying to run that. YOLO. Oh no. I believe I killed the machine. It is down, but never to fear. We can fix that ourselves. 1 second. Let me grab the dashboard real quick. Range control. We're on Roadhouse. Okay, that's the URL I need. And we'll go to revert VMs. And the VM that we just accidentally murdered was Red Dawn. All right. Go back. Is this Hack the Box? This is not Hack the Box. Yeah, thank you, Luck and Grow, for that. Good call. All right, well, It shouldn't take too long for that box to come back up. I hope. Okay, maybe. We'll give it a second. Otherwise, let's go ahead and add a note. We tried some kernel exploits and killed the machine. Wall of shame. Oh my goodness, I can't even spell shame. The beauty of this, though, is we can dig into some other machines if this one is truly down. Yeah, it's not coming back up for us. I recommend the OSCP, Aimer. All right. Well, now we can go back to what we were doing before, and that's doing some vulnerability enumeration with OpenVAS and see if there's any other low-hanging bugs we can get RCE on. Let me go ahead and grab the password for this. Right here. And drop into that. We'll close all this extra stuff. And here is our results right here. We want to sort it by severity, and we looked through a lot of these machines already. We're specifically looking for RCE. So all this other stuff that's not RCE, we'll maybe look at that later, but right now, not useful. We do have RCE on 171. Was it RCE? I think it was just file read. Might be thinking of a different machine right now. Or is that the one I was just doing? Am I doing the wrong IP? I'm really struggling tonight, guys. It just must be all the streaming. Is this supposed to be 71? Oh, no, that's closed. Okay, so it's definitely not that one. Evan Week said, spent the last 13 hours configuring Vitis Playwright in a TypeScript project, making sure the environment settings are correct, then writing sample tests for the team. Brutal, dude. All right, we don't want to do a DOS vulnerability. I've gotten really good at crashing servers so far, so kudos to me for that. This one might be worth looking at. Nah. Multiple vulnerabilities, blah, 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 blah. Server stack, Apache Tomcat RCE on 171, default files, PHP vulns. Yes, this is the Kill the Box series. You're absolutely correct, J. Pablo. I'm getting really good at that. Okay, well, here is what we are going to do. If we look at our range control right here, first, let's see if my other machine's back up. Nope, I murdered it. Okay, cool. Well, sorry, machine. Hopefully you come back up later. Not dossier. Range intel is where I want to go. So, have we compromised Commando? No. All right, let's look at Commando. Commando is 10.25.1.36. Now, I've never really used OpenVAS. I usually use Nessus. Can I just grab that host and see what vulnerabilities it has? 1.36 is right here. Okay, how can I see vulnerabilities, results for this host? What is this host vulnerable to? Let's sort it by severity. And we have Bluekeep and some SMB vulnerabilities. Bluekeep also has a tendency to crash this. Oh, Crazy Horse, we actually did use GhostCat. We do have file read on that server. I just couldn't find anything really interesting. Yeah. Really slaying these boxes. That I am. Blah, blah, blah. Oh. Is this... Are these actually all in Greenborn? Do they show me the information? Oh, cool. All right, sweet. Oh, Rapid 7. I bet it's a Metasploit then. And we'll see if this is in here. Otherwise, I'm sure we can exploit it manually. Yeah. Oh, this eternal blue. No, I don't think it's vulnerable to eternal blue. I'm almost certain I checked. I'm pretty sure. Let's just do detection on 24 there, and we'll just check here. We will set our host to whatever host that was. Wait, where's my range control? 10.25.1.36 and run. Okay, host is likely vulnerable. All right, bet. I could have swore, guys, I checked this. But apparently I didn't. Let's just try to drop eternal blue on here. See if we can get full RCE. Set our host to 10.25.1.36. For Commando, set L host at 172.20.5. Fingers crossed. Crazy Horse said, I found an open Jenkins server running as NT Authority at work. Easiest route ever. Nice, dude. I was on the internal and I had, I used like Apache, some Apache RCE. Look at that. I got a shell. I used some Apache RCE to get similar thing like low level access on a Linux machine. I did sudo-l and it ran rsync. It had rsync as sudo, which is in GTFO bins, and I also got to root really quick. What up, Hoi Manoy? But here we go. We have, this will be NT System Authority. Yes, on Commando. So let's go ahead and add that to our notes. We will make another page for Commando. And it was 10.25.1.36. All right, for Commando, make this full width, and we'll just say vulnerable to eternal blue. And we'll do some post-exploitation on here, but we have this. Let's go ahead and grab a screenshot of this for our notes. We'll grab Flame Shot and just drop it in here. I think that'll be good like so. Go over to this. And we don't need our screenshot to be that big by any means. We'll go like that. I don't know why it doesn't left align automatically, but you know. And maybe we can make this like H1. No, why it's not popping up on the side, but. All right, let's go ahead and do some post-exploitation. We can do hash dump. And we have a few users and their hashes. We have an admin user separate from the administrator. That's interesting, and a kernel user. So let's go ahead and grab that and drop it into these. Hash dump. Why? Why, Notion? Come on. I believe in you. So we have some hashes. Let's see what else we have on this machine. We'll drop into a shell because YOLO. And we can look at these users. So we have an admin user, which is interesting. We have something called Commando stuff. We have HTTP server, launch.bat, start.vbs. Okay, that's just starting that up. It's just hosting a web server here, it looks like. So nothing actually interesting for our purposes. Oh, we got sales stuff. What's in our sales stuff directory? Read this first. Hey, sales team, put any sensitive information here since it's all hosted on my Windows 7 PC, away from the admins. All right. Well, I don't see anything real sensitive here. In sales stuff, we can unzip it. How the frick do you unzip in Windows? Well, that's just the HTTP server, is it not? Is there any other stuff? Well, that's interesting, but I don't see anything actually interesting in that directory. Let me know if anyone thinks I'm missing something. Expand archive, is that how you do it on Windows? Thank you. Let's go ahead and try that. With PowerShell, okay. Oh, but you know what? I bet it's just that .exe that's in there. Is it going to give me PowerShell or no? Or did that just mess up the shell for some reason? Unless in here it just means on the computer. So we need to enumerate the other users on the computer, and maybe that's what they mean. And read this first, like any sensitive information, just drop it on this machine if you want. Let's check out those other users. Apparently I can't drop in a PowerShell. Dir for kernel. Is there anything kernel's desktop? Oh, he's using PuTTY, so we might be able to find some PuTTY configuration stuff. All right, let's note that down. If he's using PuTTY, like I said, we should be able to find a PuTTY configuration. We'll just call it like interesting things to check. All right, we'll just drop that there. And as we find other stuff, we'll drop it there. Who's our other user? That's just public, so there probably won't be much there. Did I check out on the kernel? Did he have downloads or anything? Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. DLLs. We have a blocklist.xml. We can go ahead and check that out. A bunch of DLLs. Remove files, updater stuff. All right, let's check this file out. Okay, never mind. This is a block list of certs. I don't think that's going to be helpful to us. Okay, there's some updater thing here. I don't know what that is. We have Thunderbird. Is that a file? Okay. Anything else in here, guys, that might be interesting to look at? ISP, distribution. Oh, geez, there's a lot of stuff. Oh, wow. What even is this file? Jeez. It's still going. That was a bad idea for me to do that. I already have admin privileges, Lucky. We're not trying to do privilege escalation right now. We already have full admin access on the machine. We're just enumerating the machine. Oh, wait. Let me drop into a shell. Yeah, exactly. Control-C movement. Was there any other users? I don't think so. Let's look at the directory here. There's PuTTY. All right. I'm going to stop sharing my screen just for a second while I log in to my robot friend. Oh, Lazan's a good idea. Actually, great idea, Lucan. Good call. Let's do that. So for those who aren't aware, what Lucan just said in chat, Lazon hunts for all kinds of different credentials. I think it even hunts for credentials in browsers, PuTTY, everything like that. I didn't even think about running that, so thank you for that. We should be able to download a binary directly from GitHub, I believe, if my memory serves me correct. And there we go. We can go ahead and download it. I don't know why I named these the same thing. We'll call this shell access. Let's go over to this. We'll call this our web server. CP from our downloads. See to that. And now we'll open up our Python web server. I'll just go to temp, I guess. All right, users. We'll drop it on his desktop. Oh, we're using Metasploit. Can I just upload the file via Metasploit? Pretty sure that will work. Should not take that long to upload, though. Oh, it's doing it slowly. Oh, shoot, did I drop it here out of all places? All right. Oh. The specified module cannot be found. You don't need Python to run Lazon.exe, do you? Oh, okay, that's obviously not the way you do it. Oh no. Did I kill it? I did download the standalone, did I not? I downloaded the .exe binary. I downloaded the standalones. The standalones are now available here. That's what I downloaded from releases. Oh, no. Oh, wait. Okay, no, I thought it didn't establish a shell. Okay, upload, home, Tyler, web server, zon.exe. Well, I didn't mean to do it that way, but that should work. Or just try up the Python DLL. We could do that too. That doesn't make any sense to me, though. The .exe should be standalone. I want to figure out why that wouldn't work, because it should. You shouldn't need Python to run the zon.exe. I'm almost certain. I have not done the reset box, Hoi Minoi. Let me try. I never really used Metasploit for post-exploitation. Do they have anything where you can grab... Let's see. No, okay. I didn't know if they had anything that would scan for passwords. All right, let's go ahead and download this binary, and we'll see if that fixes it. Or not binary, DLL. It's probably malware. YOLO. They can hack my VM here if they want. What was that file called? Something.zip? Where did it download to? My downloads, right? Oh, why am I... Gosh, guys, I'm having issues. Too many days of streaming in a row. I might actually need to take a break now. I'm making just silly issues. Or use Pillager. All right, well, let's try this, and then we can switch them things around. So let me back out to Meterpreter, and we will go ahead and do upload, home, Tyler, web server, Python 310.dll, and we'll put it in Windows, temp. All right, I'm just going to copy this. Why does that... Okay, Big Doggy 101 said, the exec's kind of like a zip file. It extracts to a folder in temp, then runs the Python interpreter. If it's failing, it could be because the file is deleted before it can be loaded. Gotcha. I don't think Defender's running on this target because of the other. We were able to drop Eternal Blue on it. All right, let's check out Snaffler. That's another tool I've used. I think I've only used Snaffler though in like a Hack the Box lab. All right. I don't want to read all this. Bet I don't want to read it all. Okay, yes, I do remember using this. Let's grab the binary and see if this works a little bit better for our purposes. Gosh. Drop it there. Go back over to Meterpreter, and we'll do the same thing we've been doing. We will upload home, Tyler, web server, snaffler.exe, and we'll put it in C users admin desktop. The frick. What did I do wrong now? Guys, I think this is a sign that I need to actually take a break from streaming. What does this error while running upload command? No such file or directory. Gosh, I'm dumb. All right. Is there not? Home, Tyler, oh, it's probably not called Snaffler. It has a capital S. I'm struggling tonight, guys. Let me grab that. And I did the wrong slashes. Let's do that again. And now, let me jump back out here. And we'll just give this a shot. Oh, but of course, in the freaking thing here, it's a lowercase s, but when you download it, it's capital. It's a capital S. That's their fault. Why does it not run at all? What? Okay, whatever. We're doing it all manually. Freaking YOLO. Screw all the automated tools. They all suck. CD to putty. All right, let's figure out where putty configs are stored. Okay, software. I didn't see it there. I checked all the users and I didn't see that. I don't know. I might just move on from this machine and see if we can find other things. Bruh. Feel like someone deleted files on this machine. Let me double check this because here in the admin folder, there is Commando stuff that seems to imply what's in here. That there is sensitive data somewhere on this machine. I don't think it's this, though. Because if you go to the HTTP server 1.0, there is a directory called sales stuff, and the note says, put any sensitive information here. Oh yeah, it is Windows 7. Well, I'm definitely not doing alternative streams and steganography. I will quit Slayer Labs if I find a machine that requires that. Why does Greenbone keep logging me out, you stupid freaking platform? You're a free platform locally hosted. You don't need to have security. Just keep me logged in. We don't need to exploit VLC, guys. Like, we have root on that machine. We don't need to do anything for privilege escalation. We have root on it. I was trying to do post-exploitation. I have some hashes for users, but I don't know how helpful those hashes will be unless we can pass the hash or crack the hashes and then reuse that stuff later, which let's go ahead and add that to our notes that we at least have hashes. That was Commando, I think. Go to Commando. What is going on? So later on, I'll try to crack these hashes. I'm not going to worry about them now. Maybe we have some passwords we can pass, or maybe we can pass the hash to some of those level 2 machines. But what other machines do we have here? What's speed? Let's check out speed. 10.25.1.40. If I still am trying to learn how to use OpenVAS, dashboards. Oh, Putty is on the registry, also using app data. I'll come back to it if I feel like going back to it. The nice thing is you don't need to compromise all the machines. I'm just looking for something that might actually let us get to the next level. Do I still have this? Can I do like... How do you view hidden files on Windows 7 from the terminal? What up, Casey Davis? A. Let's check this out real quick. We have app data. Can we grab this Thunderbird data? Oh, this is... I don't think this is going to be helpful for us. I think we'd have to use something to actually read this properly. Only framed. Okay, nope. Y'all let me know if you guys are seeing something that I'm missing that I should look into. Wow. None of that's helpful. This machine looks hard to me. It's not my level for sure. Why so mixed up? The machine's not hard. Like we got NT system authority with Eternal Blue. It's just the post-exploitation, which people aren't used to. Durforce doesn't work on Windows 7, Crazy Horse. We're on Windows 7. That's what we need to remember. To do hidden files on Windows 7 is dir/A. It was not a hex key, CJ. Oops. All right, I'm going to look at a different machine. Speed 10.25.1.40. Let's go to the frick is the scan at results. All right. Now, how do I just see the hosts? Hosts. Of course, it's on this page. Yeah. Click the hosts. Okay, this... I do not like the UI for OpenVAS. I just want to get to the host. When I click this, should it not open the host page? Oh my goodness. Oh, we got nothing interesting here. We don't know we're supposed to find zero cool. Where you just kind of got to reach in the dark and hopefully you find something. So, like, we've compromised Cobra. We have hashes from there. We compromised Commando. We have hashes from there. I broke that other machine. Do you think that other machine's back up yet? Hey, all right. Our one machine's back up. We can dive back into that machine and try not to break it this time. Red Dawn, I think, is what that is. Okay. We know not to try to break stuff now, okay? Is it uname-A? And this had multiple kernel level vulnerabilities, but it seemed anything we tried to do kernel level, it broke. So we might want to look at some other things that we might be able to do. So we do 20.0.5, 8000, linpeas.sh, linpeas.sh. Yeah, we check environment variables. That's a good idea. I don't think we have any K-list stuff. It's not connected to a domain. Let's do that and see if it at least includes all the LinPEAS stuff by outputting the output to a file. Wait, what? Never mind. I'm not going to do that. Let's just look at the results. How about, like, PwnKit? You think that would work? Let me just SSH in again on another tab. We'll let LinPEAS actually finish this time. Grab our password. Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted to copy. Nope. Oh, got you looking. ChatGPT is hallucinating. So, I mean, we could look at more kernel exploits. The only thing I've done good in Slayer Labs is I crash the machines constantly. And I don't want to just keep crashing machines. Path exploit might work depending on, like, if there's a cron job or something running as root and we can modify something in the path, but it doesn't have PK exact. That's what I checked. See? That's what I was thinking too. I just don't feel like dropping more kernel exploits on it. We already looked at the SQL database on here too. We already got the username and password for Jed. I did that manually though. I didn't use LinPEAS for that. Yeah, there's no tickets available. We checked that. Oh, here's where the LinPEAS messes up, is the capabilities there. And it's still writing that. Oh, crazy. All right, I think next stream we're going back to VulnLab. I just want to focus on one machine. We could try a process spy, see if there's any processes running. Like, I'm just spitballing stuff now, which I think I have here, PS Spy 64. This is not Hack the Box. We're doing Slayer Labs. It's like a large network. We'll let this run for a little bit. For those who don't know what, yeah, sudo.il doesn't have anything. For those who don't know what process spy is, it just shows us what's running consistently. And so if there's maybe a script running as a root user, we can dive into it. So you haven't forgotten. No, I think we'll dive into forgotten next stream. Yes, Nox Lumens. That's the same password I already have. Correct. That's how I have SSH access, is with that Jed user and that password. Yeah, I agree, Lucan. And Lucan, I don't know if I'm saying your name right. Is it Lucan or Lucan? But no, the most straightforward for that box is kernel exploit, but that is kind of random since you always have the chance to crash it. Yeah. And I feel like I'm constantly crashing these machines. And so I don't want to just fire off a bunch of kernel exploits. What we could do is, if we look at these ones, Bloodsport is 37, 38, 79, 50, 47 is the second level. Did I scan any of those hosts? I don't know what hosts I scanned. No, of course, I don't want to just see this freaking host now. Oh, I have to go back. Did I not scan the second level host? I may not have, because I didn't want the scan to take forever. It already took a long time. Like 37, you see 37 in the list? I do not. So I did not scan those ones. We could pick a random one like Rocky and just see like what might be open on it. I could also not see anything on here. All right, whatever. I can't exit. This is broken too. Beautiful. Cool. Amazing. What am I going to do? Oh, go to Slayer Labs. I can't actually copy the scope from that page, but I can type it out. I won't make you guys just watch me run a scan. If I end up scanning these, I'll do it offline, so you don't just, it's not boring. More boring than it already is with me just freaking doing the same thing over and over again and not getting anywhere. I did not see SU. That's a good thing to check. But I exited the machine. We might just switch over to VulnLab, to be honest. This is that other machine. Let's see what ports are open on here. We have SMB open. RDP open. All right, let's just try. What was our user's name? Jed. Okay. All right, nope, I'm going to stop the recording. We're doing VulnLab. I don't like doing all these machines at once on stream. I feel like it's boring to watch the same freaking thing over and over again. At least I would be bored. And I'm sick of crashing machines. So, we're going to switch gears. Let's go back to that VulnLab machine we were working on the other day. And I'll bring you guys up to speed on what that is. I just have to switch a bunch of things around real quick. Give me 1 second. CD VulnLab. I think for streaming, single machines are just better. You're just easier to focus. Like for the people watching, it makes more sense. Because I have a feeling for a lot of you, because it's confusing for me, but for a lot of you, when you're not even the one on the keyboard, it can be confusing. Like which machine are we targeting? What have we done up to that time? It's just easy to get lost, which I don't think lends itself well to live stream and trying to teach as I go. Let me know if I'm correcting that or incorrect. Let me know your thoughts. What up, Ollie? Good to have you here. Okay. Let me show you guys where we're at with VulnLab. Oh, actually, I need to launch the machine. Then I'll go back to share my screen. Let me go over to VulnLab and launch the machine. Machine forgotten. And start. Okay. So if you've never heard of VulnLab, real quick introduction to VulnLab so you're not lost. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm glad you guys agree with me. So I'm going to focus on like VulnLab on the live stream, like one machine at a time. The large labs are cool, but I don't think they lend themselves well to teaching and live streaming in particular. But anyways, this is VulnLab. It is created by one of, not the top player in Hack the Box, XCT, who's also created a lot of the machines on Hack the Box. But it is quite difficult, but I learn a lot. Like the easy machines are not easy. You're guaranteed to get stuck. That is a promise. And there's something in page only for members I want to show you. I've showed this a few times on streams, but it's just super helpful to see. But it's this. This is how you have to approach VulnLab. He says, I encourage you to treat looking at the walkthroughs as something normal and not as a sign of defeat, and that is huge. The best way of learning is trying for a while, failing, then learning about possible solutions for the next time you encounter such a situation. So I can guarantee you, as we work through this machine on VulnLab, I am going to fail and look at a walkthrough and kind of stumble our way through it. So this is just like, we're going to learn together. We're going to have fun in the process. You only lose if you don't learn. So as long as we learn something, that is what matters. Let me exit out of that page. That's once again only for people who have a sub to VulnLab. But let me go to Forgotten here, and I'll give you a glimpse of what we have done up to this point. So here was the machine. On our initial enumeration, we saw that we had SSH open, and we had port 80 open, a web server running on port 80. Password auth is enabled, so if we do get a password, we're able to use password authentication to SSH. On HTTP, we found a survey endpoint. We didn't find any vhosts. I'm just going to add that. Nothing interesting here. On the website features, we were blocked right away, but we found that Lime Survey hadn't been installed yet. As we were installing Lime Survey, we set up our own MySQL database locally and then configured it to point at our database, and we actually got it to connect and create the instance with our own SQL database. Now, we ran into an issue because I think because I was proxying the traffic over Kaido, and I think I just need to do it through Firefox without breaking anything. But this is kind of where we left off at. And so let me go ahead. I'm just going to start this all from scratch because I don't know what was all in that previous one. If I do sudo blah, 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 blah. PS, do I have any Docker images running? Sudo Docker images is rather what I was trying to do. Jeez, I can't type. All right, and we have the MySQL one right there. So sudo docker, is it remove? I don't remember the syntax. I just want to delete the MySQL one and just start from scratch. RMI. Thank you, Netflix. I appreciate that. All right, sudo docker remove image. All right, there we go. We got that removed, and let's just rebuild it. We'll use the same syntax as before. I got that removed, right? What did not work about this? The frick? That looks right to me. Do you guys see why that's not working? I literally copied that from my notes. If I do it all in one line, will that make it happier with me? Oh, thank you, JKR. Well, this works. I thought I removed the freaking stuff. Ah! Container name, Lime Survey, MySQL is already in use by container. Shut your dirty little mouth. All right, let me grab that and drop it into our notes here. So we have the correct syntax there. And now if we do sudo docker image or sudo docker ps, we should see that image running, and we do. So now let's go ahead and go to http forgotten-thm. I think it was survey, if my memory serves me correct. And it's not thm. I should learn how to type. And actually, I need to update it from, I need to grab the IP now. It's going to have the old IP and etc host. So let's go ahead and fix that real quick. Do sudo nano etc host. Drop down to forgotten right here. And as I said, forgotten was not forgotten. Let's drop that in, save it, and now we can give that a shot. Forgotten/Slayer Labs survey. Oh, not Slayer Labs. My gosh, guys. This streaming for 8 days in a row is seriously causing me to suffer. Suffered like mental clarity or something. VulnLab, rather. There we go. Rough. All right, let's go ahead and start our installation. And we'll go I accept. Next. We already did all. If you want to see this, watch the other live stream where I went through all of this. Our database location is going to be 10.8.4.163.3306. Our database user we can grab from our notes. So our database user here is going to be Lime Survey user. Oops. And I don't like having this in the same tab as my notes. I like to be able to tab back and forth. So we'll do that. Database password is hacksmarter123, I'm pretty sure. Maybe I should double check that. Yep, hacksmarter123. Our database name is LimeSurvey MySQL 2. Drop that in. The rest of that looks good to me. Let's go ahead and hit next. It should exist. Oh, the database is called LimeSurvey. That's the container name. I'm suffering tonight, y'all. We're gonna get this though. I think. Okay, let's redo all of this. 10.8. All right, there it is. I don't care if it's not secure. Security is for noobs, dude. We don't need security. All right, user is LimeSurvey user. Let me grab that. Drop that in. hacksmarter123. Our database name itself is LimeSurvey. Like so. All right, next. There we go. A database named LimeSurvey already exists. Do you want to populate the database now? Yes. All right. This is when we cross our fingers. Hope it works. Grab a drink of water. I don't know how long this process takes. Do 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 do. And then we need to figure out how do we go from creating the LimeSurvey with our own database. Hey, look at this. Database LimeSurvey has been successfully populated. Freaking amazing. All right, now let's go ahead and drop in like our, we'll say this, our LimeSurvey creds. Admin will be good. We'll do hacksmarter123. Hacksmarter123. Administrator email. Site name, all of that looks good. Next. Okay, cool. We did it. I mean, we haven't got anywhere at the machine, but I did successfully set up LimeSurvey. We spun up our own MySQL database, had it connect to our SQL database. Let's see if we can log into administration from here. Please. I believe in you. Yes, 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 yes. Is it going to work? It seems to be. If it was going to error out, it would have done it by now. I think it's going to work. It's taking its time, though. It's making me scared, guys. You know what? Should we, since this is just the stream, I'm not like recording this part for YouTube. Should we bump a little bit of music in the background? I won't make it too loud because I don't like talking over music. Oh, JKR say you need to be patient here. All right. Sounds good. Well, let's listen to some Whitey Cracker while we wait. He released some new songs that I haven't listened to, so let me just pick a random song from here and we'll see what we think of it while we wait.
I'm sorry. I don't remember any of it.
You don't remember?
For you, the day bison graced your village was the most important day of your life. But for me, It was Tuesday.
I love it when they call me Big Hopper. Just another Hawaiian styling around the ninth island. Backstage access, preach what I practice. Other rappers cap but act like they tap this. Well of infinity growth, but that's jokes. So these motherfuckers know they broke.
What we could do, one sec. I'll keep this in the background. Let me know if it's too loud for you guys. The stream will be on YouTube, Unknown Person. Just won't be a standalone video, but all of my videos, like all my live streams, get uploaded to YouTube when I'm done. But while this loads, we can not waste our time. Like, there's some things we can dig into. We know that the version of Lime Survey we have, I'm curious if there's any like authenticated RCEs, because we now have admin access. So we can at least do some vulnerability research so we're not just completely wasting our time staring at our screen. Oh, I must have been looking at this. See, there was a machine on Hack the Box that also uses Lime Survey, but not the way it's done in VulnLab. What version of Lime Survey does this affect? It'd be helpful if it told me. Oh, 5. Oh, we don't have that. Okay, so it's not that. Hey! Look at that! Some piece of cake steps to create your own first survey. How's the music, guys, by the way? Too loud, too quiet? Let me know. I know that for people that English is their second language, music in the background can make it even more difficult for them to understand. So I do want to be careful with music. But okay, some piece of cake steps to create your own first survey. Create a new survey by clicking the plus icon, create a new question group, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I know who Harry Mack is. He freestyled at the New Year's Eve show. Too quiet, guy. I can turn it up. Is that better, Crazy Horse? But okay, let's see what we are able to do. This is the Lime Survey admin interface. Start to build your survey from here. We can create a survey, we can list survey, we can edit global settings, we can manage survey admins, we can do label sets, and we can look at themes. What can we do in configuration? We have data integrity, backing up databases, user management, plugins. You guys can't hear the music? All right, one sec. Let me know if that's better. All right, hit plugins, and it's just taking a little bit. We can continue to look at anything here. I didn't have to install a plugin on Heal, Hack the Box. Did you install a plugin, Lucian? I solved that box with a different method, if I remember correctly. All right, let's see if we can install a plugin, though. That's what I was working on. Let's see how. Maybe I did. I'm trying to remember how I did Heal now. I'd have to look at my notes. You know what? I think I did do this for Heal. Yes, you're right. I did do the same thing for Heal. Good call. Let's go ahead. I think we can exploit this automatically. This is kind of coming back to me from that other machine now. Which, Hack the Box, don't ban me. I know Heal's an active machine. My bad for talking about it. I think I need to update the reverse shell. Yeah, this is what we need to update with our own IP, I'm pretty certain. Oops, so is it called? We'll change this to RIP. 10.8.4.163. Port 1337 is fine. We'll save that. Okay, so we have that, and now we need to pass it the URL. Okay. Let's just do this ourselves. I think that's all you have to do, and then we can upload the file. Oh shoot, yeah, good call. Change the version on the XML as well. That is something I had to do for Heal. Yeah. Can I just do like 6.0? Here, 1 second, guys. I'm gonna check my notes real quick for that other machine I did. I want to see how I did it. I can't share it, my notes, because that is an active machine on Hack the Box, and they're pretty strict about that. But I did document my full process when I went through the machine. So I'm gonna glance at how I did this here. Yeah, you're right. That's how I did it too, Luke. And I was getting confused with another Hack the Box machine. Scrolling. Okay, I see how I did it. And so we need to grab the exact version, which I actually think I dropped in my notes here. 6.3.7 is the version. So I think if we do this, like so, and now if we zip rce.zip config php, and then if we jump back over to it, let me close out this other notes. Upload and install, browse, rce.zip, install. This song is called Wireshark. I think we just need to activate it. Actually, I think you actually go to it. There's a way you access it. Peace out, Nefos. There's if we look at the exploit, I believe it's in the GitHub. Go to uploads, plugins, and name, shell file name. So that's what we need to do. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Hey, what up, the Shy Hat? Thank you guys for the raid. Appreciate it. Oh yeah, it's in the script too. It's coming back to me slowly. Alright, let me jump back over to this. Oh no, this is the right thing. We'll go here, and then what we're gonna do is, I think it's right on top of this path. Maybe. I think I named mine shell.php, didn't I? Oh no, it is PHP reverse shell. My bad. I was thinking I renamed it for some reason. So that is the full path. No. Maybe it's Lime Survey and then the upload. Yo, Shy Hat, what were you guys working on? We have a shell, ladies and gentlemen. All right, cool. Let me go ahead and document this for our notes. Make a page, we'll call it, what was the file called? PHP reverse shell. Alright, let's drop that. Go back to our upper lab notes. And we'll drop the other file, which is the config. Alright, cool. We have that documented, and then once you upload those, you do zip, exploit.zip, fig.xml, and then you go directly to the URL as we did. And go directly to that URL. Change it to bash. Yeah, what is up? Good to have you guys here. So you guys are working on old school SQL injection, dumping creds and taking names. Amazing. Waiting for bug bounty response. I don't know how people survive in that space. Bug bounty's annoying. We're listening to Whitey Cracker, if you guys have never heard of him. But okay, we have our reverse shell. Let's go ahead and stabilize our shell so it's a little bit easier to work with. If you have not downloaded the Hack Tools browser extension, you should. It is available for both Firefox and Chromium. And I just, for some reason, cannot ever memorize how to stabilize my shell. But this walks us through it. Here. Oh, we don't have Python on here. All right. We'll just begin. Oh, we're in a Docker container. We have a Lime survey pass. I don't know if that's our actual password for our current user, the Lime survey service user, but we can grab this and we'll drop that to our notes. Hey, peace out, or not Whitey Cracker. Peace out, the Shy Hat. Thank you for the raid. Really do appreciate it. Good to have all of you stopping by. And I should explain what I'm doing. I don't think I did. For those people who are jumping on the raid, I am working on a VulnLab machine. VulnLab is a CTF platform created by XCT, one of the top players in Hack the Box, created a bunch of the Hack the Box machines. Quite difficult, but a lot of fun as well. And learn something every time I dive into VulnLab. But we just got initial access to this machine. We have a potential Lime survey pass if we can't Etsy password. We have our Lime survey user, but we are in a Docker container. And so we're going to want to try to escape Docker. We probably have to elevate our privileges first. Oh, that's right. I don't have a stable shell, though, so it's going to be hard to check that. Does anyone remember how to stabilize a shell without Python? There's a little trick you do, and I just don't know what it is off the top of my head. I don't know if ChatGPT knows. We can at least give it an interactive shell. I just don't remember the syntax. Here we go. That's what I was thinking. Okay, now I at least have a interactive shell, and that's really all I need. I'm gonna grab LinPEAS right here. Oh, look at that. That was the password for the user. So we can go ahead and become root. All right, we're root on here. And now, do we have Docker? Can we actually interact with Docker? And we can't. But there's a lot of things we can do to enumerate Docker, see if we can escape it. Just want to see if there's anything else I need to do. I didn't even look for the user flag. I don't know if the user flag is here. No, it's not. Okay. All right. We have root. We're in a Docker container. Let's do some quick research. Oh yeah, Luke, and I see all that. I don't need a full stable shell. I just want an interactive shell. All right. Make this search go away. What the frick? Oh, what? I do not like the new setup for the Hack Tricks website. So we can check this, but socket. Nope. We don't have access to Docker. That's the first thing I tried. Check dev. Will configure Docker won't allow commands like fdisk l. However, I'm misconfiguring Docker where the flag is at. It is possible to get privileged to see the host drive. I don't think this will work based on how this is set up. Yeah, that didn't work.
Got motherfuckers waiting on me like the postman. Leave your hater leaking home, Edward Snowden. Mask and map, no show, Dan. Fuck all y'all if you ain't with the program. I'm the motherfucking prince, yeah, I was chosen. Cool the cores lit up, still never folding. How you sneak dissing when you a full grown man? I'ma pull up, bullet down, slow motion.
First of all, those computers are taking over now. Computers.
Oh, is there a highlight parameter in the URL?
And in the year 2000, they just won't
That would
be enough
that would
active
explain it.
around, and the only jobs there will be for people with high HQ, high IQ who can work computers and such things, and other people are just not going to have jobs.
A lot of this requires running Docker, which we can't run.
I remember way back when I was just young Doug, didn't keep no friends, didn't get much love. I just stayed in the shadows, waging my battles, sharpen my craft on the adults. On the internet, I would outsmart, outwit, along with the handles in my outfit. And on guard, most of y'all out there whining. The same ones told me I'm wasting my
Do we have...
Everybody think they smart, think they deserve a Rari in the garage and a Lambo on the curb. But you ain't paid no kind of dues. Get a stimulus check and you spend it on shoes. Is it my fault that you picked a degree in the arts, but you suck at everything you touch? Is it my problem?
We can't W-Git. I mean, I could transfer it from my host machine, but like this machine doesn't have access to the internet.
Working in the kitchen, man, they tripping. I got 10,000 hours logged in 10,000 things, making $10,000 every time my phone rings. Still getting mailbox money from a spam.
But I mean, I suppose I could just put Docker on it, but I don't think that would work. What machine was that a solution on? Zero Cool.
People searching docs on the darknet. Meanwhile, everyone complaining about their wages. You ain't making shit while I'm making web pages. Why can't you adapt to the future? Job gonna be automated soon, fucking loser.
So we got the one stuff from the environment. There's nothing in root.
Anything up on this planet and just want it all for free because they just ain't smart enough to make it on the streets. Student loans and a bunch of wordless fears. You indebted while my code running clean on these circuits, it embedded in devices in your houses on this internet. I rule and I never
Don't have Netcat.
never graduated school. So all you mediocre muggers, take a seat. I'm compensated for my talent in the presidential suite. And while I'm writing robots to replace you cause you worthless, you should learn to code to find yourself a better purpose. The world don't need another barista. The world don't need
I have an
another
idea.
philosophy teacher. The world don't need another alcoholic writer. The world don't need another SoundCloud fighter.
Oh, we don't have W-Git curl. 10.8.4.163.
No cap, no gas. Put a lazy bitch on blast till a robot come along and do your job twice as fast.
Can I not do that in Rust scan? So that would be
I've been known to be chasing on occasion. These ladies trying to seek an arrangement, receive a payment for their time in the energy fields. And if I feel them, I don't mind if I'm peeling dollars off. I got that goodwill game if you a charity case. It's like the march of dimes with a march of dimes. In between, I'm pulling computer crimes that keep my bank flush. Come in and control the flank, and with that tank rush. Tell me what your dreams and
think that-
ambitions are. Do you need a new car? Are college admissions hard? I make my bacon, steak, and coin so I can get my loin spread. Shoot my eggs in many baskets so I beat the point spread. If you need your bills covered, I got you, baby. I could be a good lover just as long as
so we have the two hosts, .1, .2.
same as my wallet that. I'll be your
And we could check netstat,
got your back. You need your
deep
bills
CE.
covered, I got you, baby. I could be a good lover just as long as you isn't crazy. I keep my wallet fat, same as my wallet that. I'll be your
Oh,
benefit.
freaking A, I killed my shell. Good job, Tyler.
In their future and they trying to guide me to the dark side. Bonafide hustlers indeed. And if they
Come
keep up
on.
with my speed,
Why
I'll
do you
just
do
have
that,
to leave.
Firefox?
Minus that golden gecko Greek, cause I'll just pay him to leave. And the ones I keep around throw it down like they love me. When the money changing hands, they don't leave so abruptly. I wind up dining in the finest of districts. And they show me what is possible, flip me like a dip switch. They turn me on with their lucky charm. And if I'm lucky, they might stay until the morning alarm. The time is money, and I don't wanna be wasting it sleeping. I'm still a gentleman, I'll pay for the
I'm wondering if I...
You need your bills covered.
Here, I'm going to look at the hint real quick, but I can't share the main website with you guys. I will share the hint with you. But for each machine on VulnLab, there's hints for like the user flag and the root flag. I just want to make sure I'm not thinking like what I'm trying to do is a complete rabbit hole real quick. Forgotten. So we have finish the application installation, then get a shell. I didn't see a shell anywhere. I didn't see a user flag anywhere. Did I miss the user flag? Play with Docker from both inside and outside is the hint. I want to know if I missed the shell. I did check Lime Service Home, yes. Gosh, I cannot type. Play with Docker from inside and out. Is there like a same user on the other machine? Oh! That provides us with SSH access to the actual machine. I was not expecting that to work, but I'm glad it did. Now I bet I can get the user flag. It's right there. But guess what? You don't get to see the flag. Do the machine yourself if you want the flag. I showed you how to get it. Let me go submit that flag real quick on Discord so I get credit for it. Alright, cool. Let me go ahead and pull the scene back up, but we do have access to this now. I was overthinking that part, I think. What users do we have? Just our user. And root, I suppose, and Ubuntu, but I don't think we need Ubuntu. So I've seen another machine that allowed me to like use root on Docker to get root on the machine for another user by creating like a sudo bit binary or something crazy. I'm trying to remember the details of that because that seems to be what this machine is kind of pointing me to. Here's that Lime survey file. But we set that up. Okay, let me see if I can find it in my notes real quick. And And there's some machines on my notes I can't share in a stream, so give me just a second. Let's check a few different machines. If I can find it, I'll share it with you guys. I'm not seeing it. Play with Docker inside and out. You know my shooters on standby. Show my legacy intact that I can't die. Fucking anti-spam guys stay up on the grave. Signal riding on up on the carrier wave. Now press play.
No, we ain't have to shift too much. We ain't have to switch our lane. Cause the computer club always done that thing. And we forever call the shots. We forever hold the reins. Cause the computer club always done that thing.
If the Docker container has root privileges inside of it, you can create a sudo binary within the container and then move it to the host system to potentially execute as root. No. Download Docker and try different techniques. It won't let me send a link here. To like escape the container, you think?
Still a kernel of the kernel with my conscripts. Rowdy bunch of misanthropic nerdy convicts. Hungry for the next big breach on the back up. Waiting for a cease so to preach how they stack up. I guess some things never change. Humiliating all these fools with the same games.
I saw this. I'm gonna try hacking it.
The president prognosticating phone freak from the streets. Teaming up with heat stone for these long beats.
Maybe we have to download Docker to the container, but I just don't think it'll be configured properly.
No, we ain't have to shift too much. We ain't have to switch our lane. Cause the computer club always done that thing. And we forever call the shots.
Okay, we don't have privileged containers. I don't think this is exposed.
Cause the computer club always done that thing.
Oh, the dark mode is killing this.
We ain't have to switch our lane. Cause the computer club always done that thing. And we forever call the shots.
Should get Streaks live badge from YouTube. I should, dude. That's what I'm saying, bro. No, I don't think so. Is it this one? So that's that. Determine if we're in a container. We know that we're in a container. How can we abuse namespaces? Recall control groups in a previous vuln. We're going to be using these in another method. You might see this in cases where the container relies on a process running or needs to plug into the host, such as the use of debugging tools. In these situations, you can expect to see the host process in the container when listening with PSAUX. Yeah, Lucan, you're right, dude. It was not helpful.
Black hoodie. When I slip this on, push a zero click on. Malicious messaging to strip your phone of all the data I need to satiate my greed. I'm a pure breed of the petabyte, and I control the serve like a waiter might.
What's
I
NS
keep my
enter?
cool like a case fan. Spin it. Ain't a facet of this game right here. I ain't winning. Aviators with
We use target with the value 1 execute our shell command that will later provide to execute the namespace. This will provide the mount namespace of the process we are targeting.
Stressing while he messing with my polyglot. With the binary loaded up in Ghidra. Screaming at the screen ain't a bug, it's a feature.
As we are targeting a spin of process 1.
All the models in the mobile code, the Kotlin and the Swift. Got that DeLorean drip, I'm breezing through time. With an external clock source sitting in line. You can reverse or rewind, but the game is the same. And the microcode flows like
Hey JKR, am I a rabbit hole what I'm trying to do right here?
black balaclava. Why so
Give deep CE a try. I've actually never used that. Let's try it.
Targeted plan, and then we infiltrate, escape into a car or van. On the narrow band, decoding all your P25. And we tracking all your movements, you won't take us alive. We on that red team vibe, we got a sack full of toys. Polluting all the models, adversarial noise.
All right, let's go ahead and download this to our machine, and then we'll transfer it. Deep CSH. I don't think we have wget.
I got my uniform
Yeah,
on,
Kernel.
I'm out the McLaren. Normies all staring, as in how the dude do it. Built an empire of computers I rooted. What you wearing? I got my uniform on, I'm out the McLaren. Normies all staring, as in how the dude do it. Built an empire of computers I rooted. What you wearing? I got my uniform on, I'm out the McLaren.
Dirt? Who uses dirt? What am I doing? Alright, how do we run it?
What you wearing? I got my uniform on.
We just run the thing.
Normies all staring, asking how the dude do it. Built an empire of computers I rooted.
Okay, so this is like LinPEAS, but with Docker. I see. Yes, I know I'm root. Enumerating container. I guess you could crack the hash and try to see if it's password reuse with the container, but what up, Bolt? Okay. Ah, here's what's going to be interesting. Right here, I think. Let's grab that for our notes. Go to the right page. I can't type. You have a mounted volume. Oh yeah, you guys saw it too. All right, let's go ahead and check that out. I think that actually will be connected to the host system. We see op lime survey. And that if we go to the host system, right? That's where we're at right here. See, op lime survey. So watch this. If it works how I think it's gonna work. I'll say touch. And then go back over to our real container here. And look at that. We have from docker.txt. So we're able to write to the files as the root user. So I think if we just do like a suid bit on like bash or something, and then run it as our user, would that work? I think so. Speaking to myself. I'm trying to wrap my head around this. We can write files as the root user onto the host machine. So if we run we could essentially drop any bash shell there, or not a shell, but like a file read, and then make it so it's executable by everyone. That'd still execute as that user, but we should be able to, gosh, I have so many ideas going through my head, but I'm pretty sure I see what it's pointing us to. Here, I'll try ChatGPT one more time. Okay, this is what I'm thinking. But I can do that on my machine. Transfer it over there. Set the binary. And then run it. What are you thinking? No, nothing. No thing. Let me just try this. Okay, what are you thinking? Resource and hack the box is similar. Just overwrite the password. Can I actually write out though? I can write beyond just the mounted path. You guys are typing too many messages for my mind to process. I know I'm overthinking this. Can you just write over Etsy password from here though? Surely I can't. Like I'm... Yeah, I didn't think so. He said resource is similar. Oh, Ben Heater, he's part of Hack Smarter. I've done a machine very, 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 very similar to this, but I can't find it in my notes. I don't see anything with Docker. One second. I had some candles that have been running for a long time. Don't want to start a fire. I don't know what the frick that means. Guys, I think I've streamed too many days in a row. Like, my mind has legit stopped working at this point. This should be something very simple, and for some reason I can't do it. Shout out to my hackers in the struggle, making bread, getting fed, all up in this nerdy jungle. You ain't know. Wait, that didn't change anything, you frick. What? You are lucky that we let you on our internet. Like a gentleman, I keep it classy like a sweater vest. All the normies used to curb me, you can call me letter S. Now I stand the better best, slaying on my EverQuest. Take a second when you type in all that smoke into an application. Please don't get it twisted, these computers my vocation. Remain patient, iron every strike so. Oh, it's only a warning, gotcha. Send me a link, okay. I'll look at it in a little bit. Let me try this and I'll look at your link. Is that what I call it? Sewage shell? Boom. Exactly how I thought it would work. That's what I'm talking about. I am the root user. Just took me a second to wrap my head around that fully, but I have seen that on a previous machine, and that's how I knew that was going to work. Let me stop sharing my screen so I can grab the root flag. And there it is. Let me go drop that in Discord. All right. Struggling there for a second, but I was quite certain that would work. Let me drop this information in my notes. So you have the mounted volume in the Docker container, and we'll say like privilege escalation. And we'll say like on attack machine. Go to my attack machine. All right, we have that on the attack machine, and then also we compile the binary. And then on Docker container. Then we'll jump over to our Docker container. And I have all the syntax right here. And then on the target host, that part was easy. We just had to run the command.
Still unique. I see him lighting up the
I think it was
Discord
off.
every time I speak. Be like Troy Hunt when the data leak, cause I'm pulling all these passes.
Line
got the
survey,
connection
we just
complete.
ran Sue and Shell.
Foolish. If you think a hacker simp and take a gander at my gamer gear, the glow that it be clear.
And then we get root.
For a lonely man, by a pony man. I'm busy mixing in my Sony cans, pushing pony cans.
Okay, explain what I just did. Sure.
In the slunk, and I used
Let me
to
turn
be
off the music.
idiot whenever I was drunk. I can't help but think about it when I'm dealing with
I can't even find the song that's playing right now.
I don't even miss you. On God, vulnerability.
All right. So, here, let me check this out. No Things Way would also have worked on the host. Copy bash into opt lime survey, and then from the container switch on root and switch mod us. This would have given set uid bash or bash p. Could have saved building the sewage shell binary. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so all I did is I built the binary myself, but let's go ahead and do that as well. So if we into our survey thing, like so, and then mod give it the suid bit. Let me exit back into my other user. Oh, I did that wrong, clearly. I think I need to sudo it. No. Oh yeah, good call. There we go. All right, let's document that as well. On Docker container. Here is my Docker container. So we have the syntax here. On target host. And then we just had to run bash-p, and then we got root. Yeah, -p, correct. Trying to think of how to like explain this in my notes. Because I'm gonna run to this again, and I want to be able to control F. Well, I suppose if I search for Docker, it will find it now. So that should work. But okay, cool. We solved it. That's what matters. Took me a little bit. And then the way this channel works for those new, I usually work through these like live attempts, troubleshooting, frustration, mistakes, silliness, all while I do it. And then in the next stream, I'll make a shorter walkthrough video where we solve this machine from beginning to end, but using it as an opportunity to teach through what actually happened. So if you were confused as I was kind of stumbling around in this, that's fine. When I make the next video, I'll do it on stream as well, but I won't be solving it in real time. So I'll just make a shorter video, but show my full methodology, explain and teach why it's working the way it's working, and hopefully that helps people understand it better. And that will be the standalone video that gets uploaded to my YouTube channel. But we have made it 8 days in a row of streaming, but honestly, my brain is just starting to get fried, guys. I might take tomorrow off. We'll see. I think I just need a break of talking and hacking at night as well as during the day. By the time I get to nighttime and doing this many days in a row, I cannot think and solve things at the same time. I might just need a short break. But let's see if anybody is streaming right now over on InfoSec Streams. Check this person out. Let me turn off desktop audio. But I am going to sign off shortly, y'all. Okay, check this person out. All right, we have... Oh, I need to turn my audio up. Het Tannis is doing some Linux and security stuff. So let's go ahead and raid him. For those of you on Twitch right now, yeah, thank you all. Before we do this raid, for those of you watching on YouTube, come join the Twitch channel, even if you don't have a Twitch account. And just so you can be part of the raid, if you don't have a Twitch account, you can still be part of it. Let me get this raid set up real quick, and then I'm going to sign off from streaming. Like I said, I might take a few days off now. 8 days in a row is a lot, especially like long streams. They haven't been short streams. I mean, tonight I've been on for 2.5 hours. I think I've streamed like 12 to 15 hours in the past like week, in addition to working and having 2 young kids. So it's a lot, but it's been fun. Been a fun 8 days in a row. And who knows, maybe I'll have a change of heart and we'll jump on stream tomorrow night. I have no idea. We'll see how I'm feeling. But let me set up this raid real quick. The raid terminology is going to be hack smarter, not harder. So when we jump in, hack smarter, not harder, we'll show this person some support. For those of you watching on YouTube and LinkedIn, thank you so much for hanging out. I will catch you guys in the next one. All right, raid is ready. I'm going to sign